Hello, Johnnies, and welcome to WRED-TV's Eye of the Storm. I'm Samantha Wanderer.
And I'm David Beha.
We have the top stories from St. John's and beyond, and we are bringing them to you. This is Eye of the Storm.
With midterm season having just passed, St. John's has gone to the dogs. On October 10th, the 4th floor of St. Augustine Hall hosted a Midterm De-Stress Fest. Organized by Student Wellness, the Midterm De-Stress Fest provided a much-needed break from midterm studies. Students in attendance received free snacks, pins, tissues, hand sanitizer, and small Johnny figurines. And of course, participants also got a special surprise from a few four-legged friends. Adorable dogs trained to deliver much-needed comfort and affection provided cuddles and kisses to students yearning for that little break before midterm studies. An attendee of the event, freshman Abby Molo, said just seeing the small dogs walked in brightened up the entire room. Almost everyone lined up to get a chance to sit and pet the dogs. She got a chance to speak to a few students who said it was just what they needed and that they missed their dogs back home. By the end of the event, students left happy, relaxed, and ready to get back to studying for their midterms.
For the last decade, the Alpha Gamma chapter, a Latinx-based chapter of the fraternity Phi Iota Alpha, has been fundraising to help the school children of Santa Eulalia, Peru. This year, the chapter has raised over $2,000 for the Jorge Guevara Melado School. In recent years, money has gone into scholastic materials, backpacks, games, and even the construction of a new elementary school. Alpha Gamma has announced that the recently raised funds will go towards building an indoor playground as well as the creation of the Tupac Amaru II Scholarship. Promoting academic excellence, this scholarship sends its recipients to a summer camp at a local college. The Alpha Gamma chapter will continue their efforts throughout the fall of 2019, where they seek to expand the Tupac Amaru II Scholarship from 2 beneficiaries to 8.
Last Friday night brought about a wild time at Carnesecca Arena with St. John's annual tip-off performance. WRED-TV's own Torii Campbell provided us with inside access to this electrifying event. Let's send things over to her.
Hi guys, Torii Campbell here reporting at St. John's Tip-Off. So excited to be here today. We're going to see some amazing opening acts from the basketball teams for both men and women, as well as an amazing performance from Juice WRLD. So come on, let's go check it out. Are you guys excited for Tip-Off?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes sir. I'm very excited. I look forward to this every school year.
I feel like so excited. I feel like tip-off is gonna be cool because there's gonna be like a lot of performers.
Can you guys name 5 Juice WRLD songs?
We got Wasted, Robbery.
All girls are the same, and Robbery. I don't know if she said this, but Fine China.
What an amazing turnout we have had for tip-off. Stands filled with thousands of students. Such an amazing time welcoming back the men's and women's basketball team, as well as an amazing performance by Juice WRLD. That's it, Torii Campbell. Until next year for WRED-TV. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, tip-off sure looked like a lot of fun. Thank you, Torii.
2 weekends ago was Family Weekend here at St. John's University. The tradition has allowed families and parents to experience campus life with their students. We were proud to have families from 32 different states participate in all the festivities. Families saw the Chapel Players musical All Shook Up and attended the family brunch at Montgomery Dining Hall. Vice President of Student Affairs, Catherine Hutchinson, said, "This weekend provides the perfect opportunity for families to participate in the activities their students engage in and to meet the friends they have heard so much about." Parents were also invited to attend 2 fun faculty lectures and learn about the study abroad programs. The highlight of the weekend was the carnival on the Great Lawn. There was food, music, games, prizes, and more. Saturday night, families cheered the soccer team on to victory and enjoyed the block party at Residence Village. It was great for students to reconnect and spend time with their family members on campus.
Earlier this month, 21 students from the School of Risk Management, Insurance, and Actuarial Science attended the 48th Annual International Conference of Gamma Iota Sigma, a premier fraternity of the insurance industry. At the conference, members of our Alpha Iota chapter received a total of 9 awards, including the prestigious Edison L. Bowers Award. As both the oldest and highest award, it recognizes the chapter for its exceptionally outstanding program over the past academic year and must be given by the Grand Chapter of Gamma Iota Sigma. Members and faculty are especially proud to have received this honor once again, since it is usually presented to the chapters from much larger university programs. Despite their smaller size, St. John's chapter was still able to emerge victorious. Alpha Iota was also one of only 7 chapters to be recognized as a superior chapter, which is the organization's highest ranking.
Celebrating Latin Heritage Month, the Association of Latino Professors for America here at St. John's hosted a networking event between Latinx students and alumni last week. Bringing us coverage of the event was WRED-TV's Jariah McCrae. Let's see how the night unfolded.
This is Dariel McCrae with WRED-TV reporting to you live from the DAC Ballroom, and we're here to check out the Latinx networking event. Let's go. I'm joined with
Diana Paredes.
And we are at the Latinx networking event. Can you tell us a little bit about the event and why it's so significant to students on campus?
Yes. So basically what we wanted to create is a networking event where students can talk to other students, like their peers, like talk about the internships they've done before, but also talk with other professionals and like have more of an understanding of what it means to work in a finance field or an accounting field. So just exposing them to this type of fields. And it's also very important because, like they say, your network is your net worth. So that's what you're worth, like the people you know, your connections. So it's very important for people to understand, especially students, that networking is basically everything, especially nowadays.
The best advice that I can share with anyone is just to be yourself. I think that I kind of struggled with that. Being Latina, being from the Bronx, I thought that I had to kind of clean myself up a bit. I had to, wear my hair straight. I had to wear certain things.
Networking is not only a way to showcase yourself, but it's also a way for you to go back to the drawing board and say, how can I make myself better? Where am I lagging?
So I actually did my bachelor's here at St. John's in accounting. I graduated 2017, and then I did my master's in tax in 2018. So as of now, I'm working at PwC, which is an accounting firm, a big four in the city on 42nd Street. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, so I came out here to St. John's to basically pursue my career. But honestly, I've been so fortunate to, one, go to a school which literally looks like New York, right? Like, you come into campus and it's a melting pot, right? And that's how I describe basically my workplace. So it's literally on the heart of the city. It's on 42nd Street. And I never necessarily felt like an outlier just because there's such a mix already of diversity included. Nevertheless, right, being a true Puerto Rican and everything, I still wanted to find, that group of people that I could physically and emotionally, traditionally could identify myself with. And my firm actually has a Latino Inclusion Network, which allows me to be able to share some of those traditions, connect with people that have already been in the States for a number of years. So I would definitely encourage people that are people of color, whether you're Black or you're Hispanic or you're Pan-Asian, of any different type of background, always remember to be your true self and always bring your true self, whether it's at work, at school, at a party, just because that's what makes you different, and what makes you different is what makes you shine. Okay. So definitely, you know, be confident, but be confident in the person that you are. Be confident in what you bring to the table, and be confident in the new things that you can actually provide people, right? So definitely don't be shy. This is the era of being different, is being great. So, you know, bring that confidence. Be you. You're good.
This is Dariel McCray reporting to you live with WRED-TV at the Latinx networking event. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Caitlin. What a wonderful opportunity to learn more about the experiences of Latino students after their time at St. John's.
With winter sports on their way, there is a lot to cover as the fall seasons begin to wrap up. To elaborate more on Red Storm sports, let's pass the ball over to Jake and Celia with SportsWire.
Thanks, David. I'm Jake Morrow.
And I'm Celia Welton, bringing you SportsWire, your home for all Red Storm sports.
Men's basketball season finally began last week, but even before tip-off, Mustafa Harone, a senior at St. John's, has earned a spot on the preseason watch list for Jerry West Award for the third year in a row. This accolade recognizes the top shooting guard in collegiate basketball last season. Harone was named Player of the Week after scoring a season-high 28 points in an overtime victory against Butler, only to follow up with a 19-point performance in a win over the defending national champion Villanova. Recently, he was tabbed to the preseason All-Big East second team. Harone is one of the 4 Big East players to be placed on the preseason watch list for the Jerry West Award. In mid-April, the winner of this prestigious award will be inducted, so be on the lookout for St. John's very own star, Mustafa Harone.
For the 15th time, the women's soccer team received United Soccer Coaches Team Academic Award after tying for the highest grade point average among all U.S. Division I soccer teams. Recognizing stellar achievement in the classroom, this award showcases what our women's team can do both on and off the field. This organization honored nearly 1,000 female and male teams across all divisions for maintaining a team grade point average of a 3.0 or better during the 2018 to 2019 school year. With a team GPA of 3.79, the women's soccer team tied the University of Cincinnati for the highest GPA among Division I women's and men's programs. 4 of the players on the team earned a perfect 4.0 GPA last year, and 26 appeared on the Dean's List. Coach Ian Stone commented, "This honor speaks volumes about how driven and motivated these wonderful student athletes are. Look at our student athletes go. I guess it's true what they say, the grind never stops."
Wow, in preparation for the upcoming season, the men's basketball team hosted an open practice last Saturday in Carneseco Arena for season ticket holders. These fans were also privy to a team workout following the open practice. After watching the Red Storm prepare for the new season, attendees also enjoyed a meet and greet and autograph session with the players and coaches. All this excitement was topped off with fun for all fans of any age, including games, inflatables, giveaways, and more. All these festivities have Red Storm fans even more excited for the season ahead under new head coach Mike Anderson.
After a dominating performance in the first round of Towson Invitational, our women's golf team stands in first place with a 297 plus 9 total last Monday. Holding a demanding 8-stroke lead going into the second round, senior Linda Wang led the pack with a tournament best of 5 birdies through 18 holes. In a career best set, Wang was a bogey-free 4 under through 14 with only 2 slight mistakes on holes 3 and 4. Also in the top 5 was freshman Chloe Quixote, who only sat 4 shots away from Wang, placing second overall in the standings. Quixote highlighted her round with a trio of birdies. Other Johnnies who contributed a stellar performance were sophomore Jessie Keown, junior Andrea Sanchez, senior Caitlin Shee, and freshmen Jill Beglin and Laya Barrow. Way to go, Johnnies!
Earlier this month, 4 WRED-TV members visited Madison Square Garden for the annual Big East Media Day. We now go to the coverage of the event, including interviews with Mustafa Harone, our new head coach Mike Anderson, Commissioner Val Ackerman, and many more.
Hello, I'm Jordan Malik, and I'm here with
Jalen Sampson, and we're here at the 2019 Big East Media Day.
So let's take this opportunity to hear from some of the biggest names in Big East basketball, especially those St. John's Red Storm. What has been the biggest difficulties or challenges to establishing your own culture with St. John's?
Well, you know, from day one when I came in, I talked about, what our program was going to be about. And so coming in, obviously, you had guys coming back and guys who are no longer with us now. And so to me, the guys that want to buy in, they're still there. And that was one of my biggest jobs, was really selling the players that were already here. You know, they came to play for Coach Mullins and his staff, and now you got a new coach coming in here. And so to me, the guys that stayed on, I think they're ready to go full bore and jump into the season, and led by the two guys that are here, LJ and Mustafa. And the young guys, I think, are following their lead.
Hi guys, Torii Campbell here at the Big East Media Day Conference. I'm here with Val Ackerman, Commissioner for Big East Day. So now that all of the teams have made it into the playoffs, what does that mean for the Big East this year?
Hey, Tori, great to be with you. Well, we had, as you said, every one of our schools last year made it into one of the postseason tournaments. So we had 4 in the NCAA tournament, which is the big one, then another 5 in the NIT, and then we had a 10th team in another tournament called the CBI, and that's never happened in league history, where every single team has continued to play on past the Big East tournament. So what does it speak to? I think most of all just the depth of the league. Every school has a great and competitive program. The competition level is really intense in the Big East, and I think the good news is we're going to have more of that this year. It's based on all the reports we're getting from our schools, the returning players, the motivation everybody has. It should be another incredibly exciting year for the conference.
Thank you to the Big East for having us here today.
Well, this was a wonderful opportunity to get to know our Red Storm just a little bit better. I'm Jordan Malik.
And I'm Jalen Sampson. Thanks for tuning in.
That's all for this week's update for St. John's Sports. I'm Celia Welton.
And I'm Jake Morrow. This was SportsWire. Back to you, Samantha and David.
Thanks, Jake. It Will Be Chaos, a documentary co-directed and co-produced by one of St. John's adjunct professors, Filippo Piscopo, and his wife, Lorena Lisciano, won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Current Affairs Documentary. Following the migrant crisis of people from the war-torn Middle East into Western Europe, the film addresses the many social inequalities that immigrants face. The married filmmakers documented the plights of a Syrian family immigrating to Germany, as well as an Eritrean refugee making his way to Sweden in order to create the mosaic of the immigration story, as Professor Piscopo puts it. In fact, Piscopo and Luciano seem to have embedded their lives into that of the migrant family throughout production. From sleeping in refugee camps to traveling on buses, trains, and by foot, Piscopo recalls the intensity of the harsh conditions he witnessed and experienced. First featuring on HBO, the film is soon to be screened for a larger audience at the World Bank in December. Congratulations on creating this incredibly insightful film, Professor Piscopo.
The St. John's Athletic Department recently announced a new relationship with Uncle Jack's Steakhouse as the official steakhouse of the St. John's Red Storm. Throughout the multi-year agreement, Uncle Jack's Steakhouse will receive prominent signage within St. John's athletic venues, as well as digital visibility on the official athletics website, redstormsports.com. In addition to its partnership with athletics, Uncle Jack's Steakhouse will also serve as the official steakhouse of St. John's Alumni Association. Uncle Jack's founder, Willie Daigle, proudly commented that St. John's and Uncle Jack's have 2 important things in common. We're both legendary Queens institutions, and we both strive for excellence day in and day out, whether on the court or in the kitchen. Whether it's game day or any other day, Uncle Jack's is now the place for the Red Storm to get their meat game on.
The production of All Shook Up has just wrapped up thanks to the chapel players here at St. John's. With inside interviews and insights into what it took to produce this theatrical performance, we now hand you over to WRED-TV's Abby Mullos.
Hi, I'm Abby Mullos outside the Little Theater here at the chapel players' last dress rehearsal before opening up All Shook Up.
Hi, my name's Anna Fitzpatrick and I'll be playing Lorraine.
Hi, my name's Jake LaChapelle and I'll be playing Dennis.
The show is pretty much an Elvis jukebox musical, so all of Elvis's greatest hits are in the show.
This roustabout comes into town and he meets Natalie, and it's kind of like Natalie's in love at first sight, but then she's got to like try to get him.
It's pretty much everyone's fallen in love with each other, fallen in love with the wrong person, so it's a comedy. Pretty much all chapel players shows are a lot of work to get done because we have about less than a month from auditions until striking the entire set, so when we're done with the show.
Hi, I'm Nicole Petrick and I am an assistant stage manager.
And I'm Christopher Alessandro, and I am the assistant director.
So as an ASM, I help the stage manager in any capacity that they need. This could be taking attendance, doing a rehearsal report, finding props, and then during the show, I'm actually backstage working with the set pieces and helping with quick changes and holding curtains.
So as assistant director, a lot of my work comes in being the director's right-hand man. If there's anything like he's unsure about, like making decisions wise, will come to me, we'll try and figure out something that we both like. And it's also like, if somebody's missing, I'll go on stage for them and play the part so that we always have somebody in the space and no dead air while on stage.
I think one of my favorite rehearsal memories was the last scene before the wedding was pretty much the first time that all of the principal characters got to be on stage together, and it was everyone was making their own choices and we were all just breaking out of character and laughing hysterically.
Like as like cliche as it sounds, it's been really wonderful to come here every day with this group of people. They're really fun people to dive into this world with. It's just a lot of fun to explore with them. And old friends, new friends, we're all working really hard and it's a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us. Please go check out them on Instagram at SJUCPTG to find out more information for shows and ticket prices. Now back to you guys in the studio. Have a great day.
Thanks, Abby. Be sure to check out all of the chapel players' future productions, such as their 24-hour Playfest, by going to their website, sjucptg.com.
As usual, we would like to end our show on high spirits. We now go over to Leah Chester with Sunny Side Up, bringing you the happier side of world news.
Thank you, David. I'm Leah Chester with Sunny Side Up, here to share some recent stories that are sure to put a smile on your face. Firefighters prove once again that they are some of the best people around. 2 firefighters from Utah's North Davis Fire District went beyond the call of duty earlier this week. Battalion Shift Chief Alan Hadley and Captain Kevin Lloyd were first responders to a car crash. Luckily, no one was harmed in the accident, but a young girl was screaming and terrified after the whole experience. The 2 firefighters found the young girl holding 2 bottles of purple nail polish. They talked to her and soon asked if they would paint her nails. This moment was captured by a passerby on Facebook and quickly went viral. A fire official posted shortly afterwards saying that within minutes she was calmly painting their nails and soon forgot about the accident she had just experienced. Sometimes it's the littlest gestures that make the biggest impact. Suffering from the loss of their pet dog, Abby, a Texas family's 4-year-old daughter, Meredith Scrivener, innocently asked her mother if they could write a letter to God, so that when Abby got to heaven, God would recognize her. In a sweet, childlike fashion, Meredith expressed how much she missed her best friend and asking God to swim and play with her dog. They even attached a picture of Abby so God would know who she is. They put the letter in the mailbox and shipped it off to heaven. The story takes an even sweeter turn when Meredith actually received a response. An anonymous postal worker returned a package wrapped in gold paper on their front porch addressed, "To Meredith." Inside was a book written by Mr. Rogers called When a Pet Dies, the original envelope and the letter, and photos of their beloved dog. Inside the book was a spectacular letter from God, assuring Meredith that her dog is safe, happy, and healthy in heaven. Gymnast and gold medalist Simone Biles made history again by beating a world record held since 1958 at the 2019 World Gymnastics Championships in Stuttgart, Germany. She won 5 gold medals and earned her 25th career world medal, 19 of them being gold medals. Now, at 22 years old, Simone continues to enhance her craft by practicing more complex moves than the ones performed at the 2016 Olympic